Hi friends, and Starry Hilder back to Eden gardening in the south, where you guys have nothing but, look at this, red clay. I discovered this, that Georgia, Tennessee, a lot of the southern states, all you folks have is red hard clay. And it's a lot like Idaho on our homestead. We've got clay too. It's a different type of clay, but the bottom line is it's hard clay. So does the Back to Eden gardening method, philosophy, work with clay soils? Well, I'm going to show you the proof is really in the pudding, because I am standing on Georgia clay. And I'm going to take you up into the woods and show you how God has created the perfect gardening method. You don't even have to go far into the woods here. Disturbed area. No one's been here. And the first thing I'm going to prove to you is the layering effect. All you have to do is get out in the woods, get off that clay, and look at your own backyard, because this is where God is creating Back to Eden soil. You know, just brush the leaves away and look what you have right underneath that layer. Look at that. That is Back to Eden garden soil. It is alive. I'm pulling at these roots. These roots are, remember I was talking about the roots and how they provide nutrients and water, and they're alive? This whole forest floor is alive. And why? It's alive because it has been undisturbed, not tilled, no fertilizer. God is the best gardener in the world, and it is all layered. So number one, the Back to Eden garden philosophy starts with all of this, nature and the layering effect. And the amazing thing is, I am kneeling in the woods right next to rock hard clay. They didn't bring that clay in. Technically, that clay there should be right over here, but it's not. And it's because of the layering effect. But friends, I also want to make sure that you understand, it's not just about this, layering and letting God do his gardening. It starts with wood chips. That is the whole philosophy behind Back to Eden gardening. The wood chips, it has to start with wood chips. And when I say this, I'm going to do a Danny Deep South Homestead moment. I'm telling you, that's the way it is. Because we got to give you straight talk here. We want you to be successful. If you're coming here to get Back to Eden gardening information, you want the right recipe, right? You don't want the hodgepodge recipe. Oh, you use a little biochar, you use a little bit of pine needles, you take a little bit of garden mulch from the gardening center that you got for free. No, that is not Back to Eden gardening. I'm being straight here with you, friends, and I'm doing that because you have to understand all of this. You've got God, you've got the layering, you're not disturbing anything, but it has to start with wood chips. And why wood chips? Because wood chips have that perfect carbon-nitrogen balance. That's where it starts. And then it breaks down, and then it decomposes, and then after that you have your Back to Eden garden, and then the layering. And then, yeah, of course, you can layer on top of your wood chips your garden compost, your organic compost, your chicken manure, your goat manure. You can layer on the pine needles, the leaves from the woods, and your grass clippings. But you have to start with wood chips, my friends, because that is a true recipe for Back to Eden gardening. So all my Georgia friends, all my Tennessee friends, and I made a lot in South Carolina, North Carolina, wood chips, wood chips, wood chips, Back to Eden. You heard it right from the horse's mouth. Starry Hilder. My Back to Eden garden is right here in the woods in Georgia, and it can be yours. Let's create some soil.